Carissa Cordell, weekday mornings on Ozarks First.
Have you been hurt? Call Dan the Man. Calling the wrong attorney could cost you everything. Don't risk your future. Call Dan the Man at Deputy in Mizell.
When you become a Hill Insider, you get exclusive access to nonpartisan reporting before it's news. See what else you unlock when you become an insider. The brand new all-access digital subscription from the Hill. Join today.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. With no payments for 90 days. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
Heating and air paramedics, may I help you?
Yes, our AC is blowing hot air and it's about 85 degrees here in our office at work. Can you help us?
I have a truck on the way right now, ma'am.
Heating and air paramedics. There when you need us, 24/7.
At Camp Barnabas, we say yes to life-changing experiences. Ziplining, water slides, canoeing, parties, and more. All designed for individuals with disabilities and chronic illnesses. Since 1994, we've welcomed over 100,000 campers and missionary volunteers. But camp isn't possible without your generosity. Together, we can ensure no one misses out. Support our mission today at campbarnabas.org.
Buying or selling a home is one of life's biggest decisions. Our 20 years of experience matters. At the Salisbury Real Estate Team, we believe great real estate is about more than properties, it's about people. With years of proven success, expert market knowledge, and a commitment to clear communication, we help our clients make confident decisions every step of the way. Whether you're buying your dream lakefront property or preparing to sell, you deserve a professional who puts your goals first. Salisbury Real Estate Team. Professional guidance, trusted results.
The Ozarks First Storm Tracker. On the road and into the storm. Taking you closer to severe weather than ever before. Giving you a real-time view of what's happening now. The Ozarks First Storm Tracker. Sponsored by Multiply Credit Union.
Injured on the job? Call Dan the Man. Hiring the wrong attorney could cost you everything. Don't risk your future. Call Dan the Man at Deputy in Mizell.
Welcome back, friends. Guess what? Are you a runner, or do you want to be? She could probably help you. I don't know if I am athletic enough to do this, but maybe you can help me. Lydia Olson with the Stride Run Club is here. Okay, the last time I tried to run, I got shin splints.
That's not good.
No.
No.
And you look very fit, so tell me about Stride Run Club and kind of what you're hoping to do.
Yeah, of course. So Stride Run Club was an idea that I thought of actually in June. I was like, there's not many big run clubs in the Springfield area, or that I've seen, and I've seen on my social media in bigger cities like in Dallas or Miami, they have these huge run clubs where people are like on the back of a pickup truck with a DJ going through the city, and I'm like, Springfield needs this. Like, we need more like fun, athletic, movement-based things for people to do, and I really want people to, like, in my mind, it's everybody's out there to achieve their own goal, but then we all come together and help each other achieve goals while achieving our own. So.
Well, the way you just described it sounds way more fun.
Yes, I'm like...
what?
We need to make it a big event. I want to partner with local coffee shops, businesses, restaurants, whatever. I'd love to do evening runs.
See, all those people look way more fit than I.
No, stop. You could so run. We also like have had walkers there too. So.
Okay, so you can walk.
Yeah, of course.
Or jog.
Yeah.
Run. So you had an event last week, you said?
Yes, last weekend was our very first event. I was very nervous, but we had like 35 people show up. So
that's amazing. That's great.
I was so excited. And we partnered with Cassidy Coffee in Galloway, and they were so generous to give all our runners 10% off their drink, their post-run treat, if you will.
Okay.
So that was.
So where was the run then?
It was in Galloway.
Okay.
So we just went down the trail. It was a 5K run. It was like a down and back, and it was perfect. I couldn't have asked for it to go any better, actually.
Is it in the morning time?
Yeah. So right now, because it's so hot outside. Our first run was at 7 a.m., but I'm looking to do maybe evening runs, like partnering with restaurants or like take over like C Street kind of vibe.
Oh, that would be
I don't know. These are just things that are going on in my brain. I haven't gotten them exactly planned out, but.
So if you had one last week, what is your goal with, is this going to be monthly? Is this going to be quarterly? How are you envisioning this?
Yeah, I'm thinking twice a month, so basically almost every other week kind of thing, because I still have like, it sounds silly, but I can't give it the time that it would need to be every single week.
Right.
And I would love to make it almost an event twice a month, so that way people can show up, have like social time before and a social time after at said local business.
Place. Yeah. Oh, I love that. And you're encouraging, this is anybody, if you're part of a run club already, this is bringing everybody together.
Yeah.
You want every organization, club with different abilities to come and just be unified with this special kind of event.
Yes, exactly.
So that sounds like a fun goal.
Yes.
So if somebody is contemplating, like maybe they've thought about taking up running, it's very good for your health.
Oh, very
good. You can have a good time doing it.
Very good for your cardiovascular system.
Oh, look, we're looking at some video right here.
Oh, yes.
What is this?
So this is like our Welcome to Stride video. Will Schmidley actually did all the editing and recorded us for it. I think his is like current social media or whatever.
Oh, I like it.
But he's great at his work. So I was like, I need you to create us a video to post, because I wanted to give it a month to like market it, get it out there, and he did such a great job.
That looks fun.
Yes.
So when is the next one you're thinking about having one?
So I'm thinking end of August, so August 29th, and I want to partner with a local coffee shop. I'm trying. I'm planting seeds. I'm getting out there. I'm gonna get it out by the end of this week. So follow our social medias.
What is
stay
your
on
social?
top. It's Stride Run Club. It's like kind of spelled funny because the way I had to do the username.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, I think it's STRI.DE Run Club.
So, but if you type it in and Google it,
if you type it in and Google it, it'll pop up.
Surely. And by the way, too, is this for all ages or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody.
So you don't have to be.
All ages, all paces.
Yeah.
All that.
And I see a lot of runners all over Springfield. Like I drive to work at very early in the morning.
Yeah,
and
you see them running.
Yes, running with their reflectors on. It's still dark.
People are crazy.
So the people who are runners love this, and then what a great way to meet people.
Oh my gosh, I met so many people and so many strangers. Made my heart so happy. I was like, thank you so much. You don't understand.
That is so fun. I love that you have an idea, you have a dream, you saw it in other cities. Why not have this?
Yeah.
Okay, so one more time, how can people find out more information? Is it social media the better way or a website?
Yeah, so we have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. Also, on both of those, in our bio, there's a group me that you can join, and like most details will be posted there before it's ever posted on social media, or a little inside hints to things that are coming or special offers will be in that group me as well.
And if you were a coffee shop or a local business who wants to partner and just do some fun things in the community, contact Lydia.
Yes, please.
Oh my gosh, so good to see you. Please come back.
I would love to.
Maybe next time you come, we can wear some running clothes, we can go outside, we can do some
we can do some running.
We can
help you with your shin splints problem.
Please help my shin splints.
Yes. That would be terrible.
I even bought special shoes for running and it did not help me.
I know. Shin splints is usually the shoes. That's crazy.
Okay. Guys, go find Stride Run Club. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. More fun coming up right after this. I was like, I tried to run. I got a treadmill and then I started running and then shin splints.
We're all looking for ways to save and stretch that dollar.
Hey, America. Ready to feel fireworks? At In the Garden of Eden, we've got naughty but nice lingerie that makes every woman feel like a bombshell patriot. Visit In the Garden of Eden, where liberty meets lingerie. God bless America.
It still feels like he's going to walk right in and sit down for dinner. I even made his favorite this week. Are you okay, Mom? Are you sure you're ready to do this again so soon?
Honey, there's no place I'd rather be right now than here with family. I was just worried I wasn't going to be able to do this anymore with the cost of the funeral, and it was so unexpected. But your dad, he always had a plan.
What do you mean?
He had a guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company. It really helped me with the expenses, and the payment came so fast.
But how was he able to qualify? With his health issues?
With United of Omaha, there were no health questions or medical exams. His acceptance was guaranteed.
If you are between 45 and 85, you automatically qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage, starting at just $6.38 a month with United of Omaha. Your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down for any reason, and benefits may be paid within 24 hours. Unlike some policies, United of Omaha benefits are payable from day one. With one quick call, you can qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage.
But aren't those policies expensive?
They had options for as little as $6.38 a month. Plus, it was so easy. I even signed up for a policy of my own, so you won't have to worry either. And with their rate lock guarantee, my rate is locked in for life. My coverage will never go down, and my premiums will never increase.
Help take care of your loved ones after you're gone with a guaranteed acceptance life insurance policy from United of Omaha today.
Call 800-616-7970. That's 800-616-7970. 800-616-7970. Call today.
Are you struggling to navigate the complex world of workers' compensation law? At the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm, we specialize in workers' compensation. We'll fight to get the benefits you deserve. At the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm, work comp is all we do. Call the Ryan E. Murphy Law Firm today.
See Marcus Allen, a legendary football icon, as the keynote speaker for the 2026 Boys and Girls Club Thanks for Giving Gala.
Hi everyone, it's Marcus Allen here. I am looking forward to seeing everyone October 20th at the Boys and Girls Club Gala at the Branson Convention Center. Now growing up, the Boys and Girls Club was a big part of my life, guys, so looking forward to seeing everybody there. We'd love your support.
Go to bgcozarks.org to learn more. Ozarks First, a proud community sponsor.
Welcome back, friends. We are honored to welcome Clayton Cox, American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, and Kane Albertson, owner, Axiom Sports and Entertainment, to talk about the upcoming 4th annual AFSP Greene County Out of the Darkness Walk, which we talked about last year. And Out of the Darkness Walk, it's the 4th year. Very important. Tell us kind of about the walk and about suicide prevention.
Yeah, so I've served on the committee for 4 years. This is our 4th year. My mom is the committee chair head. She runs the event. And it's for the Greene County Out of the Darkness Walk that supports the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So suicide is something that we have near and dear to our heart, as we lost my cousin in 2021. And so ever since then, we kind of got involved. We heard Joplin had a walk, and so we went to the Joplin event, and my mom was like, we need one of these down here in Greene County. And so since then, it's grown. It's grown a lot. It's went from, I think the first year we had less than 100 walkers, and then we had 200 walkers, and last year we had 400 walkers. And so every year it's just grown and grown and grown.
Wow. That is a testament to what you're doing and how it does affect people. Because a lot of people, I think it affects everybody.
It does.
If you talk to somebody and you get in that deep level, you're going to realize that it affects everybody.
People don't realize everybody has known somebody, usually, that whether they were close with them or not, it affects everybody.
Right. And so it got started by looking at what Joplin did, and now you brought it here, 4th annual. What are the details of the walk, the location, and are people still able to sign up?
So yeah, it is free to walk. The event runs at the Battlefield Community Center out in Battlefield, Missouri. And so they have a park out there. It's free to walk. You can show up the day of, or you can sign up at our website. Our Facebook page is Greene County Out of the Darkness Walk. It has links that you can sign up to walk, all that good stuff. If you want to become a sponsor, we have sponsors that have sponsored with us every year. If you want to be a new sponsor, we would definitely take that. You can volunteer the day of the walk. If you want to volunteer, we've got plenty of stations. We do messages to heaven, to where you can write a little message and send it up to heaven. We do face painting. There's a park for kids. There's plenty to do the day of the walk. And then my favorite thing is the bead ceremony. So we always do a bead ceremony. Each color beads represent a different loss. So whether it be someone who is in the military, someone who is a mom, a relative, just simply supporting suicide prevention. They all represent something different. So as we say them, we hold them up.
So it's a walk and kind of a ceremony and just a way to remember your loved one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so powerful. Now, Kane, I do want to get to you because there's the walk, but then there's also a flag football tournament.
Yes, yeah, so this is going to be our second year actually partnering to raise awareness for the walk and the cause itself. As we just discussed, the walk actually does a lot more as it raises awareness. It provides, the foundation itself provides resources, education, outlets for all the people that may need it. So what we do is we actually partner and we set up a 7v7 flag football tournament for adults. And then what that does is we generate funds based upon the number of teams that actually go directly to the organization. So that way it allows them to continue doing the good work that they're already doing.
So with the 7v7 football, can you sign up? Are there teams?
Absolutely.
Do you have to sign up with friends, or do you get assigned to a team? Or?
So we do both. So we actually do mostly teams. You can register on our website, theaxiomevents.com, but you can also sign up as a free agent. So if you don't have quite enough people and you need to be placed on a team, we also do that for you as well.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't even have 7 friends, so I don't know who I'd ask. So what is there a registration fee? How are you raising money?
So
and how does that work?
what we do is we charge $380 per team. And then what we do is we have to, of course, facilitate the event. So we have to pay referees, we have to rent the location. And then what we do is we take the majority of the proceeds, we donate it directly to the cause. And so this is also part of our bigger growth effort, as the foundation is not just our only partner that we do this with. We do this with Care to Learn. We've done this with Missouri State Lacrosse. We've also done this with local high schools that just have gaps in their funding that maybe we can help partner on and make sure that we're providing funds for them to continue to have a good season.
Oh, that's so great you're doing that. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
And now when is the tournament?
So it's going to be Saturday, September 12th. It's going to be out at Betty and Bobby Allison Sports Town here in Springfield. It's a 9 a.m. start.
Is that the one out by the airport?
It is.
Okay, yes. I've driven by it many times.
Yeah, it's quite a place. Quite a place. And so, yeah, we'll have that going on. And then we'll be partnering on other events for other causes, of course, throughout the year. But this is our next one, and that's what we're really looking forward to.
That's amazing. And then the Out of the Darkness Walk is coming up.
Yep, it's on Saturday, September 26th.
26th. So you can do flag football mid-September and do the walk end of September.
End of September,
exactly.
yes.
And how do people sign up for that?
Yep, so if you go to our website or Facebook page, there's links in the bio and stuff that you can sign up as a single walker. You can sign up with a team. We have some businesses that will sign up like all of their employees as a team and walk together. And so they'll show up in shirts. I mean, we've had some show up in team shirts. We've had individuals. You can sign up the day of. You can walk up and sign up right then and there.
That's fantastic. And again, it'll have the list of activities, like everything will be happening throughout the
it all show there. Yeah, we usually have a guest speaker. We had Evan's Voice last year, and so yeah, it's a really cool event. It's nice to get everybody together and remember our loved ones.
It's such a great cause, guys. We're raising money for an amazing cause. And please tell your mother we said hello.
Yes, I will.
We love her. They were on the show last year, and again, playing some football. Go to the Out of the Darkness Walk. Let's raise awareness for suicide prevention. We appreciate all your efforts, and thank you for coming in this morning.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up, we're going to check in with our friend Michael Babcock at TMZ for today's hottest Hollywood headlines right after this.
This is Nick Bolton, and you're watching Chiefs football on Ozarks.
It's your home. Make it perfect with Ozarks experts. Mid-America Specialty Markets, they're experts in home, auto, and business insurance. They take the time to understand what matters most to you. Mid-America Specialty Markets, an Ozarks First Ozarks Home Expert partner.
Power up your winnings at Indigo Sky Casino. Fridays in August, 6 to 10 p.m. Play for your chance to win up to $10,000 cash. Reveal logo legends for a bonus round and win up to $10,000 cash. Delicious food, ice-cold adult beverages, live weekend entertainment, luxurious hotel suites, plus a refreshing pool. Over $1 million in total cash and Go Rewards prizes. Come win your share. Indigo Sky Casino, your premier gaming and dining destination. IndigoSkyCasino.com for details. Highway 60 west of Seneca, Missouri.
Your home tells a story. And sometimes it needs a new chapter. LenPro Home Repair brings integrity to every project. From carpentry, doors, windows, drywall, painting, and even flooring work. We're a family-owned team making quality repairs affordable, so your house can feel like home again. Ready for a fresh start? Visit lenprohomerepair.com.
In the era of AI, the world needs real hands, real heart, real skill. At Midwest Technical Institute, you'll learn to both repair and care. Use skills that matter, skills that can't be replaced by AI. Trade up to purpose. Trade up to possibility. Trade up to trade school. Learn more at midwesttech.edu.
Large drum for Will. Yep. Yeah, that's me. Me.
There's no shortage of wills out there. Will to walk dog? There's like 4 in your area.
Will.
Want a will who rides wills? You're gonna be fine. But if you want a will who'll give you a free lesson in sign language from the open cockpit of a land rocket, well, there's only one will like that. You want to catch willpower? Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Sunday on Ozarks First.
You do know that I'm a highly celebrated surgeon who's vastly overqualified for this job.
Dr. Best sucks.
The level of stupidity in this town can never be overestimated.
Being kind and neighborly.
What is actually keeping you here?
I am a blood phobia. My entire medical career is in jeopardy.
You're one of us, and you belong here.
Saturday is Baseball Night in America on Fox, and we've got 2 of the league's best, William Contreras and the Brewers, Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers.
Saturday on Ozarks First, Fox 49.
All right, friends, it is Wednesday, which means we get to check in with our best friend for Life or Longer, Michael Babcock at TMZ, to get the scoop on today's hottest stories. Good morning, Michael. Good to see you.
Good morning, Jeremy. How are you? It's great to see you.
How are things going out in La La Land?
Things are going well. Things are going well. Weather's good. I think everything is pretty good. So how about over there by you?
It is going well. We might break 100 this week.
Oh, no.
That's how hot it is.
I hope it stays as cool as it possibly can.
Hey, by the way, Michael, I wanted to say
about the weather here.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about your weather because it's probably gorgeous. Don't rub it in.
I wish it was a little hotter sometimes. You know what I mean, Jeremy? But
I get it.
I won't
say
that to you.
I want to say something quickly. I was scrolling through, and I love your. Do you have a new Mike Minute with Mike or Sports with Mike or something?
Yeah.
I love it.
That's something that the social people. Not wasn't my concept, but basically where I'll just talk about a story for like a minute or so, whatever happens to be like a hot button issue at the time, like the WNBA thing that's going on right now with the guy and his canter. That's.
That's great. Well, it's really good. I was watching it going, I like this new thing with Mike.
Oh, thanks, Jay. I appreciate that, Jeremy.
And by the way, Michael,
right,
I've never called you Mike in my life.
I know. I know. People are like, I hate when people call you Mike.
I was like, listen, Maddie calls you Babcock.
Play on words.
They call you Mike. I'm like, listen, he is Michael to me.
Michael, I like it.
It's like me and your mother are the only ones that call you Michael.
And I really like it.
All right, let's get to today's story. Michael B. Jordan, what's going on?
So, he was seen out recently with the singer Ray, British musician, and they were at like a theme park at Six Flags in the Los Angeles area, and people thought that he's single, she's single, this is romance. Well, it turns out not the case, and this was a pretty big story a couple of days ago. They are working on a project together, so he is involved in the movie, obviously, like he always is, and she, being a musician, is actually working on the soundtrack for that said movie. So it was more the way it's been told to us was sort of like hey, we're working together and we'll go out, we'll have fun, and maybe they talk about work a little bit while they're there. But the people who are adamant that know them that this is not anything romantic, this is not them dating. Now, have we seen stories like this in the past? And if you told me like a month from now that they were spotted out like holding hands or kissing somewhere, would I be shocked? No. But for the time being, at least, the people close to them are saying that yes, this is not romantic. This was not a date. They were just at the amusement park, just work friends.
Deflection.
Yeah, I think
Hello.
So too. I think so too.
Come on, they have PR people. They know what they're doing.
What?
They have PR people. Come on. They know what they're doing.
Right.
They're not going to announce it yet.
Right. Like it's it's kind of silly, but like that's how these things sometimes go in Hollywood. That there are reasons for releasing things or letting people know things at certain times, and
I love her, Michael. Doesn't she sing the song, "Hey, where the heck is my husband?
Yeah.
Why is it taking him so long?" Yeah.
She's really. I mean, she's talented. She's good, and I think that's why I think people liked it. People were like, "Yeah, hey, cool. That would that would be a good relationship."
I
good
agree.
couple.
I think they're very attractive together.
I know. Yeah, they're both great looking and successful and talented and all that good stuff. So yeah, I will see what happens. Maybe they get together in the future, or maybe we find out.
You know what?
I'm
going to write it down. I'm going to write down today's date, Michael. We talked about it.
Okay.
And then once they come out as a couple, we'll be like, see, bam, told you.
August 12th.
August 12th, told you.
It's down. And here we go, write it down.
Well, I hope they're they're happy, or if they are working together, I can't wait to see the collab, if that's true.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. We got to see what that is. I'm not sure what movie it is, but there's some project apparently that they're working on together.
Yeah. And then I did see yesterday, I think on TMZ, that AOC and her fiance have broken up.
I know it's shocking, and they've been broken up for a while, for like 2 years.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then you start to look back, Jeremy, and nobody's seen them together. They haven't been photographed together in a really long time. I mean, they were very rarely at events together. They would sometimes be seen out by people together, but not necessarily photographed at these fancy events. So I don't know if it was that he just wasn't going with her or what the situation was, but yeah, they are done. And I think a lot of people were, she recently announced that she was freezing her eggs and she wanted to obviously maintain the ability to have a child if she wants to. And there was no mention of the fiance. So, we should never say Riley, Riley Roberts, nothing about that, nothing about him. And I think people started to ask the question. And then, it turns out that they've been broken up for quite a while here. It's unclear exactly what happened, but it starts to then make a lot of sense why she's doing this and why there's no trace of him at all. So, she is a star, whether you like her politics or not. She's going to at least attempt to do big things in the future. Senate run you could see for sure, maybe even a presidential run in 2028. So we'll see. But without a fiance, she will be doing it.
Michael, do you know his name is Riley Roberts? Do you know what he does for a living by any chance?
Yeah, I forget, Jeremy.
I forget too.
Yeah.
I just wonder if they handle, because sometimes, again, I'm not saying every time, but sometimes it's hard for a male to take that back seat to a very successful public female. Just saying that could have weighed in on it.
Yeah, no, I think that could be a good point. In fact, I remember seeing like video of them together, and somebody was like, debating her about some issue. I forget what that was, but he's just kind of standing in the background and just sitting there all by himself for quite a while as she was having this debate. And yeah, I could, you could definitely see that being tough. Or maybe it was something else unrelated. But I look, you look online, you listen to people. I don't think she has any shortage of potential suitors, so she will have no problem moving on if she chooses to do so.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a weird random question then, because we talked about a couple. I know a lot of couples who are, one person is extremely political, but their partner is so like, I don't care about any politics, doesn't even follow politics. That kind of reminds me of them, because she's very political and he doesn't seem to have an interest. Do you think it works for relationships if one are politically adversaries?
I think it can. Yeah, I think it can. It's funny because you've seen couples that are, and it didn't end up ending in divorce, but like Kellyanne Conway, Trump person, and George Conway, her husband, was very anti-Trump. So I think it actually can work. I think it can even work with couples who are kind of diametrically opposed politically, if there was some sort of level of respect and understanding. I mean, the way like Democrats and Republicans treat each other online, maybe not so, but yeah, I think it can. Although not always. And again, maybe that's something here that played a part in this.
It's got to be hard too, Michael, because we're both on TV. You're in a national level though. You get comments, I get comments, and it's hard for the loved one to even see you have to go through the negativeness of being in the public eye.
Yes, if you talk politics in this day and age, you're going to get hate.
For sure. Either way.
It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate, but it's just the way it goes right now. It's so, it's so heated and contentious.
It's the way it is. Well, Michael, we appreciate your knowledge on today's top stories. We appreciate it, and we're going to check back in with you next Wednesday, my friend.
Of course, I got it written down. So we got when there are a couple, we'll refer back. Thanks, Sherman.
Just zoom in with me so I can break the news with you on TMZ.
Of course, absolutely.
All right, see you next week.
Bye.
All right, friends, you can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m. We're going to check back in with Tom Turton at Wonders of Wildlife right after this.
This is Xavier Worthy, and you're watching Chiefs football on Ozarks First.
Have you been hurt? Call Dan the Man. Calling the wrong attorney could cost you everything. Don't risk your future. Call Dan the Man at Deputy in Mizell.
Hy-Vee Hot Deals means more savings. This week, Just Bare chicken breast only $4.99. Large size General Mills cereal just $2.99 each when you buy 2. Fresh blackberries or raspberries 2 for $5. Jack's Pizza 3 for $9. Pepsi and Coke $5.99 each when you buy 3. Sara Lee bread only $2.99. Lean Cuisine or Stouffer's entrees 4 for $10. Hamburger Helper only $1.78. Banquet pot pies 97 cents. Cheez-Its $2.99 and ground beef $5.88. The hot deals are at Hy-Vee.
Grandpa, I took it to Dotson Williams like you said. They don't do body work anymore.
What? That can't be right. Alan, what's this I hear about you guys not doing body work anymore?
Bill, come here, let me show you. So for a long time, we did it all. But cars are a lot more technical now. So we're totally committed to maintenance and repair.
Well, there is a red light on my dashboard that I can't get to go out.
Dotson Williams. Schedule your service today.
My oldest kids dared me to get into farming. We decided, let's make a lavender farm. I'm pretty picky about what I want, so I went to Menards.
We carry everything that anybody would need, so we were off to the races right away.
We decided to reskin the building with new metal and then put on a larger addition.
We didn't have to wait on anything. Things were always in stock. It's about as good as you can get from a customer service standpoint.
Get an 11% rebate on your post frame project at Menards.
Life is full of big moments and the small steps that get you there. At Multiply Credit Union, every deposit means momentum. Every loan, a door opened. Each one, another step towards what's possible. Multiply Credit Union. Grow together. Live fully. Be more.
Hey friends, and welcome back to Highway to History. And in this show, we're going to be talking about not the news, but the olds. There was a very popular contest of who can walk Route 66 the quickest. How long would it take somebody?
Watch Highway to History on Ozarks First Plus.
Injured on the job? Call Dan the Man. Hiring the wrong attorney could cost you everything. Don't risk your future. Call Dan the Man at Deputy in Mizell.
Tom Schmidt on Ozarks First. First in weather, first for you.
All right, it is time to check back in with Tom Turton, who is live from Wonders of Wildlife, and we're talking about the baby penguin. Tom, have you seen him yet?
No. It's not time to do that. We've got to name him first, and then we'll be talking, about seeing him. And this is the guy who told me that, so that's what I'm going to go with, Mike Daniel. And he is, well, he's the head poobah here, is what he is. Good to see you as always,
Great to
Mike.
see you again, sir.
Okay, baby penguin.
Oh, so cute.
You've got to be thrilled here.
That we are beyond excited. It's a new opportunity, a new challenge for the team to take on. Can't wait to share it with the world. So we're thrilled to get to be a part of it.
Okay, now, Jeremy just asked, have you seen the baby yet? And it's like, not time to do that. Where are we on that kind of status?
So right now the parents are still doing their amazing job of protecting the little one, feeding it regularly all throughout the day. And so we're gonna follow a really well put together playbook of how to successfully make sure this brand new baby chick is getting all the care it needs.
Yeah.
So these first 20-ish days, parents are doing a great job.
Okay.
After we get past that, our team members are going to step in, and start doing all of those multiple feeds throughout the day, start building that relationship with them and the animal so that we can make sure we can provide that excellent animal care, great veterinary care. And then it will move on to being fully fledged and ready to start swimming around and being fully integrated with the rest of the colony.
So maybe a month or so?
Yes, somewhere in that 30 to 50 days. And we're going to look for milestones on weight gain, size.
You're not just going to toss it out there.
Right.
It's
It's
gotta
not
be
like,
right.
good luck, kid, get out there.
Yeah. Now, one thing I don't think I asked you, what type of penguin is this?
Great question. So these are Gen 2 penguins. They're the third largest penguin species in the world. The fastest swimmers, hitting speeds over 20 miles per hour. The deepest divers. And they're amazing birds. They're just such special animals.
Yeah. All right. Now, in order for the parents not to have to go, hey, you all the time, you're inviting our viewers and everyone across the Ozarks and all that they can have a kind of a say in a name for the baby penguin.
That's right.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about this?
So when we start talking about names with a lot of our animals, a lot of the names are used as part of the training, a part of the identification.
Right.
It also builds this amazing bond between the keepers, the guests, and so when we do come up with a name for an animal that either is new to Wonders of Wildlife or is born here, we always look at things that connect it to its natural behaviors or the environment it comes from.
Right.
Or maybe there's a really cool conservation connection that can be connected to a fun name that we can all love.
Yeah, so it's not going to exactly be Frank the penguin.
Exactly, right.
Well, what are some of the names now? It's not just people throwing in random names. There are a number of them. What are the choices people have?
So we've come up with some names that follow all of those things we like to see in a name. So one of the names we have is Mumble. And it's about the really cute, small sounds that this baby chick makes as it's growing before it becomes an adult and has that loud trumpet sound that the adults will make. So Mumble. We also have Icicle and Blizzard, which are a throwback in looking at the environment they live in.
Yeah.
So these birds are found in the Antarctic and sub-Antarctic islands. So they love cold weather. So there's sometimes snowstorms. There could be giant icicles and icebergs. So icicle
These
or
are
blizzard
tough
play into
birds.
that. I know. Their natural environment is frigid. I don't want to live there in the chilliness.
Nor would I. Okay, so you got those three so far.
So we also have Pebble.
Pebble.
Pebble is in relation to when penguin pairs are forming. Sometimes the male will go find a special rock and pick it up with his beak and present it to the female to try to entice
like an
her.
engagement
very
ring.
Much. It's very similar to like an engagement ring.
Pebble, so it's not the Flintstones. So,
Exactly.
okay, all right.
Exactly.
All right. The Pebble.
Right, and then we'll also, our guests will see when they go to vote, they'll see Waddle, and that's the funny Waddle.
That one
walk
makes
that
sense
penguins
right
have,
away.
Right?
Yeah.
And we also have Bleecker. And Bleecker is one of the islands. These species are found in the Falkland Islands, as well as other sub-Antarctic islands. And Bleecker Island is one of the places where Gen 2s have a really healthy established population.
All right, how do people vote?
So they will go to color10.com and they will find the naming contest on the website. And they'll go through and they'll see which one speaks to them, which name resonates. So we've got these wonderful names and we're so excited to share that with all of our members to Wonders of Wildlife and our guests that come to see us.
I like this. I like this a lot. Any idea who might be in the lead so far?
So as of this morning, we've had close to 900 people vote already. And so the competition is fierce.
Yes.
Right now, Mumble is winning.
Mumbles.
And I love that name personally. Such a cute name.
So ozarksfirst.com, look for contests and choose the name you like best. Before long, you may be on a first name basis with the little baby penguin here at Wonders of Wildlife. And we have more to tell you about that in our next hour on Color 10, so be sure to be here for that as well. Back to you.
All right, maybe I should go vote for Mumbles now. Oh, I don't know what to vote for. Go vote right now, ozarksfirst.com. We'll be back with lots more fun right after this.
Daybreak on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
Your home tells a story. And sometimes it needs a new chapter. LenPro Home Repair brings integrity to every project. From carpentry, doors, windows, drywall, painting, and even flooring work. We're a family-owned team making quality repairs affordable, so your house can feel like home again. Ready for a fresh start? Visit lenprohomerepair.com.
Hey, Dad. That kind of looks like our car.
Wait a minute. It is our car.
Honey, we're good. That's why we chose auto owners. We worked with our agent to get the right coverage so that when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered.
Huh. That's simple human sense.
Ask Mid-America Specialty Markets in Lee Summit, O'Fallon, and Springfield if auto owners make sense for you.
When the heat hits Springfield, Air Services is ready to keep your home cool and comfortable. Whether it's a seasonal inspection or a system that's lost its edge, our expert technicians bring precision, speed, and service that goes above and beyond. Air Services is here to catch little issues before they become big problems, so your home stays efficient, your bills stay low, and your comfort stays high. Trust the experts to get it done.
Don't you get nervous, call Air Services today.
I'm Tim Hayes with Bishop & Hayes. If you are permanently injured in an accident with a semi-truck, it can affect you every day for the rest of your life. It impacts you and your family. At Bishop & Hayes, we have decades of experience handling semi-truck accidents. It's what we do every day. If you or a loved one have been injured in a semi-truck accident, call or text us at 417-222-2222, and we'll get you the answers you need.
Sports are more than the final score. They're the stories that bring the Ozarks together. That's why Ozarks First is expanding local sports coverage across every platform. From Missouri State and local colleges to Friday Night Lights and Hometown Heroes, you'll find more highlights, more behind-the-scenes access, and more of the athletes and coaches who make our communities proud. Watch on Color 10, Fox 49, OzarksFirst.com, and the Ozarks First Plus app. Ozarks First Sports. Always local. Always putting the Ozarks first.
Yeah. Football is back. The NFL on Fox. America, you got every step. Back in them better. Let's go. It is America's game of the week. Tell him what's happening. Oh, how did he do that? Going for it all. Bears win it. The icing on one big cake. What a scene. Oh, unbelievable.
The NFL on Fox is back September 13th.
It's the game you've all been waiting for. You've been sitting on the edge of your seats, waiting to see which one we will pick in this round of split decisions.
We'll see.
Okay, Charlie, I'm just going to give you one off the cuff.
Okay.
Summer or fall?
Fall. You knew that one,
I knew that one. It's only you've been talking about it all morning.
Okay. Spring or fall?
Spring.
Okay.
Because spring leads to summer.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Should have thought of that, Charlie.
That's true, I didn't.
Because guess what? Fall leads to winter, and I hate winter. So no ma'am. Okay, let's take a look at our first categories. Wet socks or wet jacket sleeve?
I mean...
What?
I don't
want... Where do you get your wet jacket sleeve? Like in the rain?
I mean, I guess you accidentally, get your jacket in some water as you're washing your hands, I guess. If you didn't push your sleeves up.
I'd rather have this because I hate wet socks.
Yeah, I mean, the jacket sleeve will dry way faster than wet socks would do.
I gotta tell you though, with 5 dogs, I have wet socks a lot.
Oh, because they dribble everywhere.
They just pee everywhere.
Oh, they pee. See, Mavie, she loves to go over and get some water, and then her jowls are dripping, and she always comes over and wipes it on my leg.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop, every time.
Yes, forgot about that too. There we go. Okay, our next one. Skydiving or scuba diving?
Oh, neither? Is that an option? Do you want to hit the ground or do you want to drown?
Hit the ground or drown.
That's basically what the options are.
That's a new song Ray's gonna release this fall.
Oh gosh, I don't know. See, I would have to be pushed out of the plane.
Yep.
Or I would be hyperventilating under the water.
Which I have done. I didn't scuba dive because I don't like being underwater either. I snorkeled, and you have to breathe so weird when you're snorkeling.
Yeah.
And I mean, hyperventilate.
I'm fine being underwater, but when you have to make yourself breathe, because you're like, I'm not supposed to be breathing under here.
Yeah.
So it's like that force of breathing. I mean, I guess if I had to choose, I would go scuba diving.
Yeah, if I had to, because I ain't jumped out of a plane.
No, I don't think I could skydive.
Well, let's take scuba diving, but guess what? I don't have to do either one because I'm a grown-up.
That's like, I think it'd be so fun to do the Amazing Race, but they always have to skydive or scuba dive or do something that I'm like, I don't think I could actually do if I got to it.
Oh, no. Nope. Horseback riding or cycling?
Oh, these are tame.
I'll say cycling.
Oh, really? I would do horseback riding.
I love horses, but I'm scared of them.
Really?
I love it.
Did you get bucked off one?
Yeah. No, but you just hear some of these stories about people who do.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Reeve and.
Just because you hear the story, I mean, there's cyclists that fall off their bike or get hit by cars and stuff. Probably more.
Now you're trying to get me to say neither.
Probably more that happens to that than people falling off horses.
I don't know. I just feel like I was watching this hilarious TikTok video of some reality show from the early 2000s, and the guy took the girl on the date, and she goes on a horse, and she's never ridden, and the horse just starts taking off, and the whole camera crew is freaking out. Oh. It was hilarious. That would happen to me.
Was this Farmer Wants a Wife?
No.
That would be pretty funny.
That would be funny. Okay, our next one. Sleep with music or sleep with white noise? Durr.
I mean, I prefer no sound when I'm going to sleep, personally. I like it dark and no sound.
But then if you have no sound, when you hear a sound, doesn't it drive you crazy then? The white noise at least covers it up.
I mean, I don't have too many issues of hearing other noises at night. You get used to them too if there's other background noise. I mean, I'm fine with either. I guess I'd go music.
I'm going white noise.
Really? Well, see, I'd probably set like a timer for the music to stop at a certain point.
Well, okay, does this count? I do fall asleep to the TV on.
I'd say that falls into the music category over
But
white
then I
noise.
have the white noise fan going after that.
Oh, so not at the same time?
No, not at the same time.
Oh, are you counting a fan as white noise?
Yeah.
I mean, I sleep with a fan every night.
The fan is my white noise.
When I'm thinking white noise, I'm thinking like the machine, like that actually makes white noise. Yeah.
No, I'm thinking
fan.
fan.
Rainforest sounds or the ocean waves.
To me, my fan is my white noise.
Okay, I mean, I do sleep with the fan every night, so.
Yeah, me too. Okay, next one. Pet sleep in the bed or pet sleep on the floor? They can sleep anywhere they want.
I agree. I mean, Maeve sleeps in the bed every night,
Yeah.
so she is a bed hog, I will tell you, for being such a small dog.
Mine are Liza, Ricky, and Chrissy sleep on the bed. Mika and Bo sleep on little beds beside the bed. They just they prefer their own little bed. So wherever they want to sleep, they will sleep.
That's so true.
It's their home. Guess what? Okay. Drawing or painting? Oh yeah, easy for me.
I guess I'd go painting.
Definitely painting.
Paint by numbers.
That's fun. They have the new adult paint by numbers thing. That's very popular.
do. That's true. That's true.
Very popular. I'll be painting, and I consider painting even painting a room.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
You can paint a mural on a room, or you just paint it solid.
That is true. I never thought about, just like room paintings.
Guys, an easy way to update your room and transform it: coat of paint. That's all you need.
That's
coat
true.
of paint.
Give it a fresh look.
Freshen it up. Okay, do we have any more? Road trip or plane trip? Oh.
They both have their perks. Sometimes I want to get there faster, and
Yes.
sometimes it depends on where you're going. If I'm driving through Kansas or Nebraska, I don't really want to drive through.
Listen, I took a road trip yesterday. I'm over it.
And Jeremy's road trip was just an hour and a half away.
I know. So I'm going to say road trip when I was younger because I used to love it with the family. But now I'm like, get me there.
I would still probably go road trip personally, but I do like going by plane too for the ease.
Well, there's our split decisions. And now your decision is time. Well, it's not a decision. You have to. Turn the channel to CBS Color 10 for Hour 3 on this wacky Wednesday. So we'll see you right over there. So turn the channel.
In the Ozarks, comfort isn't seasonal, it's essential. At Patriot Heat and Air, we're here year-round, keeping families comfortable through summer heat and winter cold with expert American Standard solutions. The Patriot's about more than heating and cooling. It's about heart, hard work, dependability, and doing what's right, even when no one's watching. That's why we were honored with the Better Business Bureau's Torch Award for Ethics, because integrity matters to us, and it matters to the families we serve. Patriot quality assures value. Our people make the difference.
A fun show today. We're going to talk NFL playoffs. This is not betting advice. You will lose money if you listen to me. We're talking college football championship.
Parity is great for sports, no matter the sport.
A couple of big baseball moves. We're going to be bringing in the outfield fences 10 feet at Kauffman Stadium. Our first ever Put Me in Coach challenge.
Who runs for fun? This is terrible. Yeah. And I'll see you next week. Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Watch Put Me in Coach on Ozarks First Plus. Download the app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device.
The worst mistake you can make as an adult is saying, I'll get gas in the morning. Oh my! I came across this video that intrigued me very much.
This is like real life Minecraft or something.
Yeah, dude,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
little man. I like to get into the comments after I come across these videos, so I have a few comments that I pulled. Wiener Al Yankovic.
Watch 5 o'clock on Ozarks First. Plus, download the app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device.
This show gives me the opportunity to share important consumer news with you, from test results to scam alerts and new businesses, as well as community events. When you walk through those fields, the rows, it just smells amazing.
I bet.
So I feel like you just yes. Your checklist from a pro when it comes to buying a used car will show you where to look for those hidden problems. What's in your snacks? Do you know what you're eating? That's what's worth knowing this week. Take care, everybody.
At Harry Cooper Supply, we've spent over 100 years serving hard-working Americans. Now, as we join the nation in celebrating its 250th milestone, we remain dedicated to the spirit that moves us all forward. Harry Cooper Supply, quality you can trust.
It still feels like he's gonna walk right in and sit down for dinner.
I even made his favorite this week.
Are you okay, Mom? Are you sure you're ready to do this again so soon?
Honey, there's no place I'd rather be right now than here with family. I was just worried I wasn't gonna be able to do this anymore with the cost of the funeral, and it was so unexpected. But your dad, he always had a plan.
What do you mean?
He had a guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company. It really helped me with the expenses, and the payment came so fast.
But how was he able to qualify? With his health issues?
With United of Omaha, there were no health questions or medical exams. His acceptance was guaranteed.
If you are between 45 and 85, you automatically qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage, starting at just $6.38 a month with United of Omaha. Your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down for any reason, and benefits may be paid within 24 hours. Unlike some policies, United of Omaha benefits are payable from day one. With one quick call, you can qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage.
But aren't those policies expensive?
They had options for as little as $6.38 a month. Plus, it was so easy. I even signed up for a policy of my own, so you won't have to worry either. And with their rate lock guarantee, my rate is locked in for life. My coverage will never go down, and my premiums will never increase.
Help take care of your loved ones after you're gone with a guaranteed acceptance life insurance policy from United of Omaha today.
Call 800-616-7970. That's 800-616-7970. 800-616-7970. Call today.
When your alarm goes off, get going with Daybreak. The first thing you need, first thing in the morning. Daybreak on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
Find what you need for your kitchen at Arctic Food Equipment.
Next stop, Sherry. And now, your host, Sherry Shepherd.